Joni Lamb, a once celebrated figure in Christian radio, has found herself embroiled in scandalous scandals after devoting over 30 years to sharing the gospel. After Joni's husband Marcus passed away, they took Dyer from a little studio into one of the world's leading Christian television networks. Not only is she a talented leader devoted to encouraging faith in millions of people across the world, but she is also a notable host of the popular program Joni Table Talk. However, the storms are beginning to obscure even her bright spotlight. Scandalous allegations from her own son are simmering beneath the surface, on top of her contentious remarriage and long-simmering animosity among her family. A cloud has descended over Joni Lamb's reputation due to problems of responsibility, ethics, and transparency. As a result, the Christian community is reevaluating the legacy she is constructing. This is the most difficult chapter of Joni Lamb's life. A lady who was previously admired for her unwavering faith and determination finds herself caught up in a whirlwind of controversy. Will she be able to overcome this challenge and protect not just her reputation, but also Daya's future? Joan's tale is a powerful example of leadership, perseverance, and the difficult decisions that describe the beginning of a lifetime. Joni Lamb, whose given name is Joni Trammell, was born into a modest American household, where the centrality of faith to daily existence began at an early age. Her parents instilled in her a deep devotion to God, and the value of leading a life of integrity and selflessness. Joni's family was regular churchgoers, and it was at those sessions that she initially heard gospel music and heard the preaching of the gospel, both of which would have a significant impact on her professional trajectory. Although June's family was poor, she had a spiritually rich upbringing, and was known for her outgoing personality, even though she was the youngest of her siblings. A natural leader with boundless energy and an insatiable appetite for learning, she devoted endless hours to various church activities as a youngster, from singing in the choir to playing neighborhood seminars for kids. These experiences not only benefited in addition to honing her leadership abilities, Joni found a newfound love for giving back to her neighborhood. Joni was also a model student who was always up for a new challenge. Outside of the classroom, she discovered her voice through the arts and literature, two fields where she could express herself creatively and with depth. Joni saw firsthand the transformative potential of media through her frequent participation in local community radio shows. Here, Joan's passion for broadcasting started to blossom. During her formative years, she went on a mission trip with her church to a poor neighborhood, where she saw firsthand the suffering, grief, and isolation endured by the locals. Our journey had a profound impact on Joni, opening her eyes to the potential of media as a medium for healing and hope. It was at this period that her dreams of founding a platform to disseminate positive values worldwide began to take shape. The meeting with Marcus Lamb marked the beginning of a new chapter in Joan's life. She met the man who would become her soulmate, and a fiercely loyal companion throughout their chance encounter at a religious service seemed predetermined. It wasn't long before they realized they were on the same page. They wanted to utilize media to draw people closer to their beliefs and relieve suffering despite the fact that their beginnings were far from easy. Marcus saw in Joni not just a life companion, but also a reliable collaborator who possessed knowledge, sensitivity, and uncommon resolve. During her formative years, she found the strength to overcome every obstacle. This resiliency would serve her well as she built Dyer and rose to prominence as a major player in Christian television. In addition to molding her into the person she is today, Joan's formative years laid the groundwork for the ambitious goals she would later achieve in her professional life. In the beginning of her career, Joni Lamb had many obstacles, but she also had many opportunities to showcase her brilliance and perseverance, all while being supported by her husband and business partner, Marcus Lamb. In 1993, after Joni and her husband were married in the late 1980s, they began their journey from a modest studio to build a Christian television network that would go on to become a global phenomenon. At the outset, Joni and Marcus had little means, a small crew, and rudimentary equipment, but they were determined to devote themselves fully to their lofty goal of using television to spread the Christian message. Their initial studio was housed in a converted warehouse, yet that modest location gave rise to a considerably grander vision. Backstage management, program production, relationship building with partners, and Joni's exceptional organizational skills and keen insight were crucial in attracting Dyer's first audiences within a few years of the show's launch, and she didn't just support her husband, she contributed to every facet of the work. The distinctive attraction of Dyer, which expanded from a regional television station to a national and eventually a global network, was produced by the combination of Marcus' leadership talents and Joni's creative content production. Their broadcasts covered a wide range of topics, including sermons and conversations, music and community gatherings that encouraged participation and intimacy in the audience through her work as host of Joni TBL Discussion, in which she interviewed notable people, Christian leaders, and authors. Joni quickly gained widespread recognition. One of the biggest milestones in Joni's life was when she established a large and dedicated audience with her friendly, intelligent, and sincere hosting manner. The show not only gave knowledge, but also inspired viewers and addressed practical concerns in their spiritual and personal lives. The network's decision to start broadcasting around the clock, becoming one of the first Christian television channels to do so, was a watershed moment in Star's career. It propelled Dyer to a worldwide stage and attracted millions of viewers from all over the world. Together, Joni and Marcus became more than just broadcasters. They became pillars of the Christian community, encouraging one another in their faith and providing a positive example for other Christian women who struggle to find a healthy work-life balance. While making significant contributions to their community. Joni Lamb's career is marked by her steadfast dedication to her mission of providing hope and faith to individuals who are suffering. Dyer is more than just a television network. It is a sanctuary where in the midst of life's darkest hours, millions discover serenity. A career defined by difficult but ultimately rewarding work for Joni Lamb. First things first, a triumphant tale that, with Joan's help, exemplifies the transformative power of faith and tenacity. In 2021, everything changed when Marcus Lamb, Dyer's longtime partner, unexpectedly passed away from complications related to COVID-19. Dyer had become a symbol of Christian broadcasting, and her contributions continued to have a profound impact on audiences around the world. Joni Lamb's life and Dyer's growth had reached remarkable, mild stages. His abrupt departure shocked Joni and everyone at the Dyer Network, as well as their millions of devoted followers across the world. To Joni, Marcus was more than simply a spouse. She was also a companion. Someone she relies on for both work and personal motivation. Many in the Christian community shared in the profound sadness as they grieved the loss of him, which devastated them personally and professionally. The community's condolences were for Marcus, a visionary leader in spreading the word of faith, but there was great strain behind them. In the midst of uncertainty regarding the organization's future, Joni had to confront not just her own sadness, but also the burden of leading a network that had always relied on Marcus as a guiding figure. After Marcus passed away, Joni faced enormous difficulties in carrying on the project they had worked on for decades and honoring the memory of Daystar. Joni formally assumed responsibility for overseeing the entire day's activities. Our base system. This choice opened a new chapter, but it also presented formidable obstacles that a courageous woman had to overcome. Developing new programs, expanding content to meet the needs of diverse audiences, and reinforcing Daystar's mission of spreading faith and hope were all parts of Joni's new role, which put her in the spotlight and brought both praise and criticism. She faced pressures such as ensuring the networks when it came to handling the internal problems that emerged following Marcus's death, some devoted viewers started to doubt the show's financial candor. How well Dyer might uphold the fundamental principles Joni knew from experience, that leading a team through a change in leadership is never picnic, and she had to shoulder the burden of multiple broadcasts on her own. A window into Joni's grief was opened. Some members of the audience, especially those who had suffered the death of a loved one, found comfort in her openness about her feelings and the ways in which her faith had helped her regain her strength. Throughout the network's journey, Marcus Dyer aired special programs that brought viewers back to memorable events. Joni insisted that Marcus's spirit continued to guide Daystar's development even if he was no longer physically there. For as long as Marcus could remember, Dyer was a sacred duty. With thankfulness and resolve, I will carry on with this endeavor, as directed by God. Not all viewers agreed with Joni's sharing, though. Some people thought Dyer was starting to lose its distinctive. The essence that Marcus had created was a further obstacle. Despite the challenges Joni encountered in winning back the trust of her viewers, she persisted in finding a way to honor her husband's legacy while also guiding the network in exciting new directions. A recent statement by Joni revealed that the shock of Marcus Lamb's passing was a major test of her leadership, in addition to being a personal challenge for her. Dyer is about the community, not any one person, Joni said. The contentious remarriage was more than just a proclamation. It was a powerful pledge to protect the network's legacy and mission. 2023. 2 years after Marcus Lamb's death, Joni Lamb made headlines once again when she announced her marriage to Dr. Doug Weiss, a famous Christian counselor. The announcement was a watershed moment in Joan's life, signaling a fresh start but also causing tension within her family and the Christian community. Many in the community looked upon Joan's marriage to Doug Weiss as an audacious step toward healing and progress following her tragic loss. In addition to being a highly regarded psychotherapist, Doug Weiss shared Joan's goal of spreading the gospel of faith. Instead of seeing her remarriage as a means to replace Marcus, Joni saw it as an integral component of her life's path forward. A new chapter has begun, not ended. Although not everyone was in favor of Joni's decision, she did say, "God wants me to write," in a broadcast. The firstborn of Joan, the remarriage was met with public opposition from Jonathan Lamb, who said that it went against the principles that the Dyer had previously upheld. He also criticized his mother for remarrying too soon after his father's death, which he felt had caused unease within the family and the Dyer community as a whole. He further asserted that the choice family strife intensified as Jonathan and his wife's disapproval of Joni's spiritual leadership weakened his reputation. The Christian community was also divided over the event. Some loyal viewers supported Joni, believing she had the right to seek personal happiness after such profound loss, while others believed that her remarriage showed a change in her approach to leading Dyer. The accusations that she was more concerned with her personal reputation than the organization's core values caused the family to split apart and put additional strain on Joan's leadership. Were critical of her for failing to be more cautious in her role as a spiritual leader. They claimed that her decision to remarry could damage the reputation of the Daystar. The debate lasted beyond the realm of public opinion and into the inner workings of Daystar. A number of board members started to doubt. Despite the complaints and significant disputes, Joan's leadership was met with mixed feedback, especially as her selection seemed to depart from the network's initial mission. Dyer broadcasts. Many viewers urged Joni to offer greater clarification regarding her choice. In her unwavering defense, Joni insisted that her second marriage was not an error, but rather an opportunity to fulfill her. She was certain that she could meet the changing demands of Dyer's readership and introduce new growth to the site with Doug Weiss's help. There will always be a special place in my heart for Marcus, but my journey is far from over. As Joni said, I believe God has a plan for Dyer to reach even further than we ever dreamed. Nevertheless, many are wondering what comes next for Daystar, and some viewers are worried that the network's traditional values will be compromised due to the remarriage. Opinions are mixed on whether this is a chance for the organization to move in new directions or not. Joni has the challenge of demonstrating that she can juggle her leadership duties with her personal obligations. Although Joni sees it as a sign of hope, Joni Lamb's remarriage is more than just a personal event. It is a major test of public trust in Dyer. Can Joni persevere through this crisis and protect the legacy she and Marcus established? Or will the organization's credibility take a hit as a result of the new beginning? The year 2024 will be a watershed moment in her life and profession as she faces accusations and family strife. The Dyer television network's future and Joni Lamb's life were already in a state of turmoil when her son Jonathan and his wife, after Susie Lamb made grave accusations against her family and leadership in public, long-simmering tensions finally burst into full-blown confrontation. Jonathan and Susan Lamb claim that it is becoming a contentious issue in the Christian community at large, not just in Dyer. Jonathan accused Joni and the late Marcus Lamb of putting the Daystar's reputation ahead of their daughter Jonathan and Sue's little child, claiming that the alleged incident occurred in 2020 and that Joni tried to cover it up. Fighting for victim justice, Joni, according to Susie Lamb, told them not to tell the police but to try to work things out amongst themselves. Their only option, according to Susie, was to go public after this betrayal. In a special episode of Joni Table Talk, Joni strongly disputed the allegations and said that Jonathan and Susie's claims were false and driven by their own agendas. According to Joni, her granddaughter's incident at preschool was just a misunderstanding, not abuse in the family. She went on to say that Marcus had always been honest about how he handled the situation, and that no one had ever tried to hide anything despite the accusations that had been raised. Daystar's credibility has taken a major hit, and personal tensions have further intensified due to family members. People started to doubt the organization's commitment to honesty and openness. Day had always taken pride in its ethical and open policies, but because of ongoing public pressure, it lost the faith of some viewers. A large number of dedicated viewers demanded a separate probe to reveal the truth, while detractors claimed the network prioritized its image over doing the right thing. Dyer faced increasing suspicion, even as others urged him to be more honest in order to regain trust. Problems with funding have arisen for the network, as viewers have stated their intention to cut funding. Tensions inside Dyer have also escalated, and some board members have started to doubt Jones' experience as a leader, especially in times of crisis. Her ability to Daystar's personnel voiced their discontent, stating that the company's focus on faith and community service was being overshadowed by family issues. The struggle between Jonathan and Joni has also shown a strategic difference regarding the future of Daystar. An opportunity arose amidst the turmoil when Jonathan and Susie accused Joni of diverting the organization from its initial mission, which had been envisioned by Marcus Lamb. This not only damaged the reputation of the Daystar, but also caused the organization to experience protracted internal instability. Some Christian leaders have proposed that this could be the turning point for Dyer's total reform. They believe that the organization could benefit from an impartial examination and more internal transparency. Restore faith in the organization while also reiterating its dedication to honesty and morality. Joni has made it clear that she intends to keep guiding Dyer with unwavering conviction. In a recent statement, Joni Lamb reaffirmed the foundation of Dyer as faith and hope, stating, "These current trials will not deter us. Rather, they will inspire us to seek truth and justice." Amid the allegations and family conflicts, many are wondering what the future holds for Dyer, the network, and Joni Lamb herself. The question is, can Dyer overcome this crisis and continue its mission? According to Marcus Lamb, these are concerns for the Christian community as a whole, not only Joni, who is keeping a careful eye on this difficult amidst accusations, scandals, and family troubles. The journey unfolds under the weight of familial and societal expectations. Joni Lamb reveals herself to be a complex and brave woman who must do double duty: defend Dyer, the legacy she and Marcus Lamb worked so hard to establish over many years, and battle to ensure that it continues into the future. Her role as an icon of faith, a mother, and a leader. There are many ups and downs in Joni's life, but while Joan's career has been in the spotlight, her personal struggles have cast a shadow. Accusations from her own son have cast doubt on her credibility and exposed deep divisions in the family she had worked so hard to maintain. Despite these challenges, Joan has shown remarkable resilience and unwavering faith, choosing to face them head-on even if it means sacrificing important relationships. While the controversies have undoubtedly damaged Joan's reputation, they cannot erase her immense contributions to Christian broadcasting. Under her and Marcus Lamb's leadership, Dyer became a global symbol, bringing hope and faith to millions of people. These accomplishments are not only a reflection of her leadership, but also a testament to her tireless dedication. The impact of Joni Lamb: she is a brilliant woman with many accomplishments, but she is still human and vulnerable. Her legacy will be remembered for years to come, as her journey is not just one of professional achievement, but also of courage and the unending fight to manage family, career, and faith. Joni Lamb's life is a complicated representation of the highs and lows of a woman's dedication to spreading faith in the face of many obstacles and controversy. Reflecting on Joni Lamb's journey, it is clear that her unwavering faith and resilience have helped her weather every storm. Her legacy lives on via the impact she has had on Dyer, and her refusal to give in to the overwhelming expectations from family and society. From her incredible triumphs to her unexpected tragedies, we witness not just a powerful leader, but also someone who has labored ceaselessly to preserve the principles of faith and mission. With optimism and determination, Joni keeps penning her story. In your opinion, Joni Lamb's tumultuous and motivating. If you think her choices change the way you think about leadership and faith, what do you think? Leave a comment and hit like if you agree or disagree. If you like this story and would want to see more like it about influential people who have changed the world, please subscribe to our channel.